Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is Mark Zuckerberg and how he is doing the exact opposite of what he always claims to be doing. So before we get into today's video, hey there, my name is Autumn, and on this channel we talk about current events. I do have my original channel back, Autumn's Backyard Garden, and the link is in the description box below. I also have a Patreon channel, and over there we talk about stuff that we can't talk about here due to YouTube's terms and policies. So Mark recently built this massive data center for Meta in Georgia. And there are residential homes just hundreds of yards away. It uses so much water that residents no longer have water pressure in their homes. And like their sinks no longer work, their toilets don't fill with water, their homes physically shake from the constant new construction that goes on. The data centers use so much power, they often go without power in their homes. And the small amount of water that they do get to their homes is full of sentiment. Yeah, it's really sad.
This is our cold water pressure in the kitchen. This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah. And this is what's in all the pipes.
Just the well itself is probably 20,000, and that's not counting any of the
All the
faucets.
replacement
Yeah.
of the fixtures and
That's
faucets
just
and
the well.
toilets and the lines that come underneath the house. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't penetrate. There's nothing that you can do, and they don't care.
Data centers, going to be a very hot item.
This entire supercomputer is built to power Grok.
We see data centers as the most exciting asset class.
Meta is building a 2 gigawatt plus data center that is so large it would cover a significant part of Manhattan.
But data centers come with big costs, from light and noise pollution to the environmental impacts, to the potential rising costs of energy bills. These facilities put extraordinary demand on the power grid and require entirely new infrastructure.
Oh my God.
They should be responsible for that, not us.
Search the internet for profits that Meta has made, Amazon, Microsoft. They can afford to pay for their own generation.
Your house is here, and the data center is right there.
It's less than 400 yards.
Beverly and Jeff Morris bought their home an hour's drive from downtown Atlanta in 2016, but their roots in the community run much deeper.
Being in the country has always just been my peace and my therapy. When we found this place, we decided that this was it. It was perfect.
I was actually raised probably 5 miles from here.
So I did a little bit more research, and because I wanted to find out, about these data centers and the negative impacts that they have. So the enormous data center power usage, okay, that is a negative impact. The growing e-waste disposal, the damaging data center emissions, the inefficient water usage, the cooling systems create microclimates, and the improper disposal of technology. So do these data centers cause like health issues? Well, air pollution, okay, that gets emitted from these data centers. Diesel exhaust is a toxic air pollutant, and it contains these fine particles that can cause health problems for people who are exposed frequently at high enough levels. And these tiny particles, they're so small, they can't be filtered out of the air by your nose or anything like that, and the upper respiratory system. So what are the environmental effects of these data centers? Well, the data centers and the data transmission networks are responsible for nearly 1% of energy-related greenhouse gases and emissions, which contribute to the rising global temperatures and also climate change. Yeah. So to get on track with the net zero emissions by 2050 scenario, right? Emissions must be cut in half by 2030, right? That's what all of these celebrities want, right? So Mark is going against what he stands for. So you're contradicting yourself here, Mark. Shame, shame, know your name. You know, I mean, wow. Talk about being a hypocrite. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.